whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. Because the way I see it is crystal clear. That I'm a whole new world kid.
Here we go.
No.
Yeah, that's it, man. I quit.
It dropped again. Okay, go back to mix. Welcome, lady and everybody else, to Time for the Show, your weekly Hypercubist radio broadcast update. And it's a very special night tonight. Let's go ahead and go through everybody here in the studio tonight. We got Flux Rutenberg over on the keys. We got Aster 6 over on the Computron. And then joining us via Hypercom, it's our easy favorite, Reverend Peas. Say hi. Oh, I gotta switch everything over. My bad. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the flippin' show. It's time for the show.
Me too.
It is.
Is it time for me to say stuff?
It is now time for you, Peas, to say something, which,
Wow, what an exciting
let me
show
cut
we
you
have
off
lined
right
up for you
there
on our third
because-
anniversary show.
oh, yeah, just
we
go
have
ahead and
never
milk it
had
out.
such a roundabout way of getting to the best show we've ever done as we've done this time. We've taken 3 years to finally culminate in this apex of climax that we call show, and you're here to witness it. The best one ever.
The last one ever. This is it. No more time for the show after this. I
300,
swear.
man. That's it.
Oh.
I mean, that's when The Simpsons got bad. Was 300, and
Was
then
that it?
300 episodes.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad
That
you
would
were able to
be-
pinpoint
300
it.
episodes would be like 6 years of show.
Well, we
It's
can't
not 300
have
episodes.
a 3-year anniversary show without
3-year anniversary,
dredging
yeah.
up somebody that was actually responsible for creating this giant mess to begin with. And joining us via
It's his
Hypercom
fault.
tonight for the first time in quite a while. I don't know how long it's been.
Do we have a drum roll? Do we have a drum roll button?
Do we have a drum
Can
roll?
Flux
We-
Rutenberg do a drum roll?
I could kind of. Let's
Push the
see.
buttons, Flux.
Oh,
Yeah, all right.
How could we not have a drum roll for this guest of all people? For those in the know, for those in the secret show Patreon group who might even know what's going to take place about here, you know that this guest requires a drum roll.
All right, you
Because
ready?
this guest is none other than, drum roll please. I'll wait.
It's drumming. It's drumming.
Okay, I'm going.
Ladies
Ladies and
and gentlemen,
gentlemen.
all the cues.
Steve Burnell.
And that's it, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
From Velocity.
Finally. It's Fid Chuli, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's good to have you here.
Fid Chuli, what a surprise.
There is no
Like-
Fid, only Zool.
That is
Mrs.
like
Torrance.
getting change back from a hooker when you got Fid Chuli on the show.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but it's the quarter from that little pocket in the side of the jeans that's been there for like 5 years, and it's totally covered with
That's
all the.
technically
all the
that's technically
resin.
for your watch. You're supposed to put your watch in that pocket.
That's why I always ate all of my change when I was a hooker. They can't look. Maybe it makes a funny noise when I'm getting pounded in the butt and it's shaking back and forth, but you know.
It sounds like one of those old bus things. Remember the old bus thing where you put your fare in and you had the little bar to go ching 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 ching. When you went on the bus, if you're an old man like me, you remember that? That's what it sounds like when you bang Fid Chuli in the butt.
I thought it was
like a
one of those
old
little
school
Martian squeaky toys.
1978
Because
bus.
when you go in far and you tap the prostate, his eyes bug out of his head.
How do you pay for the bus now? Does the bus still take change? Will they take actual money, or do you have to
Yeah.
have
Who
kind of
takes the bus?
code?
This is
I'm
the
just
future,
curious.
Peas. It's
Yeah,
all,
you could
it's
just
all over
lift
now.
it somewhere.
Or
Take
we'll
an
be all
Uber.
taking the bus in the future. You wait and see.
Oh yeah, no, they even let coloreds sit wherever they want to now. It's crazy, Peas. You should really
Not
try.
in Florida. Not in Florida.
You can't do anything in Florida.
All right, so I'm just now being told that our Freethink radio feed is dropping out again. So we're going to
Somebody's
yeah.
logged in.
yeah.
that's
Well,
the same thing
again,
happened
Elvis
last week.
Martini
Somebody
has
logged
ruined
in.
everything. He has gone in and just trashed Freethink radio. You know, we give him he gets Saturday night.
He gets
and
Saturday.
because
Huh.
on Sunday nights it's caller 23.
Yeah.
and that's all. It's pre-recorded. You know, that's just sent
Yeah.
through the mail. That's just mail show. So yeah, we'll just stick it on Elvis Martini. That seems like it'd be the easiest for
Don't
me.
assume RC23 shows gender.
But we've re-enabled the broadcast stream now, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep looking up on it. And that brings us to my favorite part of the show.
Your favorite part of the show, right?
It's Cube News. All the news that's fit to Cube. And first this week it is episode 156 of Time for the Show, which is 3 years worth of weekly shows. We're almost we're past halfway. Are we? Are we halfway through a year's worth of shows? What's that? What's half of 365? Somebody do math. Fid, do math.
7.
Yeah.
So we're there. And, of course, we're still several episodes behind on the podcast
Ta-da.
feed, but you can get those Dr. Fox Chopping Blocks bonus episodes over on the Patreon and all that stuff there. And then what else we got? We have sold out of the first run of Hypercube membership packets. How's about that? Didn't even take a month, and they're out the door.
He sold
I
all
lost that
3 of
bet.
them.
I
10.
lost a
Sold
bet.
10. I'm happy about
I
that.
lost a bet.
10's slightly bigger than 3. You know, when they ask me when I go into the hospital,
60%.
on a scale of 0 to membership pack, how bad is your pain? And I would say
Purple.
it's about 1 membership card today. I've been awake since yesterday, and I've still made it to the show. Nobody else wanted to come to the show today.
I took a nap for the show.
Well, what else we got? You got some news for us this week, don't you, Peas?
I do have exciting news for you, but I'm a little bit. I have to. It is the news segment, so I'm going to get to the news. But I've got to tell you, I'm taken aback by the beautiful vistage that is Fid Chuli appearing here on our 156th show, which kind of makes it a monumental show as I gaze up at my.
That's
Time
what
for the
makes
Show
it a monumental show,
that
not the
has
fact
the
that we pulled
vistage
something off.
of
It's the fact that Fid came back. That's
Fid
what makes the show
Chuli.
great.
Argus Fox and myself, the Peas. It brings back. Excuse me. I said I wasn't going to do this.
And that brings us to our next surprise guest. Here's Danny Shoggoff, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just joking. He's not allowed. You can't come
So
in here.
the exciting thing is, guys, we're 99 days from X Day. And
We
I got
are.
I got some news about X Day. I've spoken with Ivan Stang, as I'm prone to do, because as you know, every day Stang and I consult on the future of the church and upcoming X Day drills and pleasure saucer assignment and all the other wonderful things that involve the Church of the Subgenius as it pertains to the 4 principles of hypercubism. You can see the synergy between the 2 physiological philosophies is just synergy. There's no other word for it. But other than that, here's what I've determined and what we've ascertained. Stang is definitely coming. His tickets.
You said ass.
I know. Time for the show. Put the ass in ascertain, if that's anything.
Yeah, ascertain. I did.
Yeah,
But,
careful.
and
It'll
so
crack you up.
As we speak, as we're doing show right now, he's communicating with Dr. Hal Robbins. And Hal Robbins is also committed as of yesterday via a brief conversation where the details could not be worked out that he also would be coming to Florida. So we're going to be recording those tickets. And that means, and I don't mean to
We're ordering. Wait,
disparage
okay,
anybody
okay.
else's
Wait.
X-Day.
We're ordering the tickets. I thought you said you bought the tickets today.
No, I bought my ticket today.
You
I
bought
bought
your
my
ticket
ticket
today. Well, who else?
I
Who
made
else's ticket did you
arrangement-
buy?
I made arrangements. For Hal's ticket to be purchased because the
Wait
2
a
people
second.
are gonna.
Hold on. Oh wait. So Pease texted me at like what must have been at what 6:30 a.m. his time in the morning, right? He texts me and says, "Hey, I got my ticket," and I'm like,
I just thought he was tripping acid in the desert. That's what I thought he meant.
"Yeah, no, I just woke up. I didn't know what the hell's going on." And he's like, Hal still needs a ticket, and we're looking for somebody that might be able to pay for that, and.
So that's
It's
what he
like,
meant by
He's
making
only
arrangements.
texts me when he needs me to buy plane tickets for people. And,
That's
and then
not true. That's one time I wanted you to score drugs for me.
Well, I wonder which one's gonna pan out better for you, the drugs or the tickets.
No, I got. Listen, here's the thing. We're putting all of our own money up front, and I don't think people understand that. That's why we have the Fundly account. Is that we're gonna guarantee that these guys, the Hypercube and Slackpack and Peas and the rest of the gang, we're gonna make sure that this show happens. So we're taking money out of our pockets to make sure that Stang and Hal are there for you, the kids, for your show. It's our show. It's your show. It's everybody's show. We made sure that the two main guys you need to have a Subgenius show are gonna be at this X Day.
yeah,
okay?
Ivan
But that
Stang
still
and
doesn't
Jerry
mean-
Lewis.
It still doesn't mean that we wouldn't appreciate, kicking us a cup of coffee, $5 or $10 to defray the cost of this, because it's not just the tickets, it's the limousines, it's the hookers, it's
The
Hal
helicopter.
himself will need at least an ounce of cocaine on arrival. Okay, these things are all kind
Ivan
of things
Stang
that we need to work
cannot
out.
process without a direct intravenous injection of cocaine.
Chopia. Yeah,
He's
so-
coming to X
listen,
Day. It's gonna be great.
So what we're trying to do is we're getting everybody's tickets now while we can make it economically feasible to do. Everyone's tickets will be purchased in the next 3 days, I'm thinking, okay? But
Don't think.
I don't want you to think.
Yeah, I don't want him to
exactly
think
what
either.
they-
That's the whole thing that I've been working on for the past 3 years, Peas. Thank you. You
Well-
were saying.
He said
Give
here
me your money.
first.
I want the money. I want the money back.
You want the
Don't be
money
riding
back?
on Peace's back.
My God.
Don't ride on Peace back because he put on a good show and had Argus Fox make a wonderful venue and reunited the Beatles to play at the show, even the dead ones.
The
Oh,
good
they're
ones.
not going to play Beatles. They're not even going to play Beatles songs, okay? They're going to play Rolling Stones songs.
I thought
So
they were
think
going to
of
play
that.
a Doors
Who
set.
did all that shit for you? The Doors too. They're going to cover everything but
All the boomer
Beatles.
music.
The Boomerous.
It's going to be awesome. No, actually, the Beatles are going to do nothing but Stray Cats.
Yeah, and we're going to have a vegetarian chicken
Brian
wings
Seltzer
platter.
Orchestra. And maybe some Squirrel Nut Zippers. They're going to do all of this weird eclectic ska stuff. It's going to be great.
I'm going to put you on charge of the next bill, Peas. You can get all the band names on for me. How's your photoshopping these days?
I have a camera that my daughter gave me.
Well, we know that cameras are integral to Photoshop. So moving on. Dr. House coming to X Day. That's great. And keeping it moving. That's just 99 days away. So if you have
99
not
days.
yet RSVP'd for X Day, you need to send an email to doktorfaux@gmail.com. Yeah, a Gmail account, because it goes to my phone, you conceited prick.
Fox, you seem stressed out.
I
What's
seem
going
stressed
on?
out. I think it's
What's going
because my pineal gland is wrapping around my medulla oblongata.
Mm.
I think I'm
He's
getting a
planning
bad.
a show.
I think I'm getting
He's
a bad
planning
case
a
of
show
brain
of epic
sketty.
proportions. Of course he's fucking stressed out. Fluxenberg? Who the
Do you-
fuck would be
Fluxen,
stressed
wait
out?
a second.
Do you
now.
do you have any idea how stressed out I am?
Man,
That I sat here the other week, and my wife can attest to this. She came in, she's like, "How you doing?" And I said, just working on this X Day stuff. It's
Yeah.
3 months away."
And then he bombed.
And then I sat there and I just kind of shook in my chair for about 10 minutes, realizing that when everything goes wrong, it's my head on the pike. That's why we have made sure that every guarantee on this event is backed by Peas. It even says on the poster,
yeah,
Peas
yeah.
says Stang's coming.
yeah.
So if
Just shift it all
anything
over to
happens,
him.
do not come after me. I'm the one who just drove down. I picked up Fidchuli and we wandered aimlessly. We did not wander aimlessly. We were given a tour of the facility, which was completely insane. Some of the stuff there, it just doesn't make any sense. There's on the property. There's 2 Guinness World Records collections, and was it for movie projectors and I think film cameras? Yeah. So it's a big. If you're into movies, trust me, you want to come down to the land of Id, Chuli, and yeah. How? So what are we gonna do about that sign up front? Do we put the F and the D on it, or do we just put the Chuli when it's coming in?
No, I already have a sticker with temporary glue made that we can use to deface the sign.
Perfect.
Temporarily defaced.
Yeah, then it's legal. I can take that back to when I was a kid. I got a Nickelodeon magazine, and there's 2 kickers on this. The first would be the truth ads, which I believe at the time were No, it wasn't the truth ads. It was the Tobacco is Wacko ads, which you might remember. Some great stylized art. I'll come back to that one in a second. The other one was when the Truth series put out these stickers of word bubbles that said something like "smoking is stupid." And it showed you at the bottom how to use the stickers. And you would go up to a smoking advertisement and put the sticker on there. But then it illustrated that you need to show your friend, hey, check this out. And when you're done, remove the sticker.
Oh, okay.
So that was it makes me wonder who was really paying for that ad. Did it just get more kids to go look at cigarette ads? The other one was Tobacco is Wacko. If you remember the second... Fid, do you remember the second tagline? Or the second part of the tagline for Tobacco is Wacko?
It said don't smoke, but don't was in parentheses, so it was subliminally telling them to smoke.
Actually, it kind of was, because it said Tobacco is Wacko.
It's like
if
winking, right?
You're
it's like don't smoke, and it's
teen.
winking. Don't smoke, kids. And
So
get
it
the
was.
big
It was
wink.
basically a big don't in parentheses. That's exactly right.
Fucking-
Tobacco
Yeah,
is
it's
Wacko
Marlboro.
if
Marlboro
you're
owns
a teen.
Nickelodeon.
I'll smoke to that.
You know,
There
Marlboro
was
owns
an
Nickelodeon.
asterisk on the word smoke, and then in small print it said don't optional. Actually, they gave out pencils. Remember when the dare officer would come in with their fucking gun and their badge and tell
In case
everybody
drugs got away.
not to take pot? They gave
I
everybody
need this
pencils.
gun in case you kids get out of control during the
They gave everybody pencils that said "Don't do drugs," but once you sharpened it about halfway down, it said "Do drugs."
Said do drugs.
Peas,
Like,
why didn't we
point,
do
like-
those for your free pen? Oh, by the way, Peas, last week was had National Pencil Day, and I did not bother to tell you or mention it to anybody else. But that was National Pencil Day was last week, and nobody got a free
Missed an
pencil for $1
opportunity.
last week. Because
I
you should have been
missed
on
it.
top of
Missed an
that.
opportunity.
You should have been on top of that. We need to put those on packslack.com, one of my favorite websites in the world. If you go to packslack.com, an actual website where you can buy things like eccentric novelties for abnormal individuals, maybe that's something we can throw up there. And some Tobacco is Wacko, quote, don't smoke, unquote, stickers.
You guys missed National Pencil Day?
I didn't miss it, you know, but unfortunately, when it did come up, I needed to remind myself later, and I didn't have anything to write it down with.
Oh, dude,
So-
no, I got into it. I put on my galoshes and I made a souffle, and then I turned on CBS and I watched Happy Pencil Day, Charlie Brown.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's the one
That's a
with
good
the.
one.
That's like the one where the kid gets.
All
I
the
think he
kids
eats a
get
bunch. I
number
think he
2
eats a
pencils
bunch of
except for
loose
Charlie.
change. He eats a bunch of
Charlie
nickels, and
Brown
he goes
gets a number
blind.
3.
And so he goes around
Gets a
selling
number 3
pencils.
hard.
He sells pencils for $1. Which way did it go, Peas? You know, because you're.
But they're number
you're kind of
They're
kind of
number
old.
3.
Did because I remember this
Charlie
bit.
Brown's
I remember this
Problem.
bit in cartoons, and it was the blind guy with the cup full of pencils.
Right. Well,
Now
the
I
top
heard
right
too.
in that
I heard
cartoon.
now. So I heard it was
Yeah, number 3 pencils.
that the blind guy would sell the number 3 pencils out of the cup, and he would
Yes.
shake the cup. I also heard that a blind guy would hold a
Rutenberg,
can.
Rutenberg, where's your pencil cup noise right now? While Fox is telling the story, why don't you have a pencil shaking?
Yeah,
in your
you're
cup
supposed to be
noise,
on all the
damn it?
Foley
Fuck.
work.
What?
You know, we don't even
it's-
open the mail anymore.
You know
what
how
I mean?
tough
We
it
don't even
is?
open the mail anymore.
You know,
Just the
we're,
magic of radio is gone forever.
we're the 21st century, Peas. I don't have a cup of pencils. I don't have horseshoes or any of that.
Well,
I
was
have
it
a,
the what I
No,
want to
no,
know?
I have a computer.
What
One
I want to
question.
know.
If someone was to start talking about riding a horse right now, do you have a couple of horse hooves to go?
No, but I do have.
do
a-
have 2 bottles of glue.
This is bullshit.
I do
man.
have a
This is-
song
you're
though.
not prepared to show. You're not prepared for show.
You know,
Again.
This is what we need. This
I
is
don't like
this is why the
this
Patreon
piece.
is important.
I don't like this.
So we
Peas.
can
What-
build the Foley station.
What's going on? Why are you stressed out? It seems to me everybody, and I mean everybody, probably not really Fid though, but everybody seems to be stressed out, man. What's going on?
I think it's just that.
I don't know.
I think it's a good combo. Well,
I'm
it is
excited about X
spring.
Day.
It is spring. It is butt hurt season around the Church of the Subgenius. And God Almighty, has it been flaring up for the past couple of weeks? I don't know if you guys pay attention to any of the discords of the IRC channels, but woo! Some people just need to keep their mouths shut. Because
Let's
if
name
you
'em.
because
Name those people.
remember, if you can't say something nice, say it to a subgenius. And that's the golden rule. And that's all they've been doing. And you know, and so I hear a lot. Well, you know, if they can't take a joke, then again, as I wrote in the big email, I quoted Aster 6, which, if nobody's laughing, do you want to say your line? If nobody's laughing,
Oh, it ain't that funny.
then it ain't that funny,
Yeah.
or it's not a good joke. I think that was it. If nobody's laughing, it's not a good joke. Which
Workshop that some more.
workshop it some more. I've been
Yeah, no, I'm just
workshopping
saying,
every
you know,
day.
not that bit, not the bit you just bit. I'm saying if you're out there on stage and you do that thing that you think is super funny, and you hear this horrified, and then crickets, maybe it's not funny. You know,
I mean, it could.
Or
so
it's
you
really
gotta
funny.
workshop your joke. Remember that time I went on about the black T-shirts, and then I went, and like almost got us banned from the world.
For the almost 3-year time, you know, we've probably almost gotten banned from the world as many times as we've almost made it. We're almost making it. And speaking of almost making it, Mr. Lobo's on the show next week. Are you ready, Peas?
I'm yes.
You got all your questions that you want to ask him?
No.
No?
No.
Well, that's okay, because we're not going to ask him any questions. We're going to run him through the gamut like we're going to do on my favorite
Right,
part of the
you
show.
said, right? That's what you said. You said it wasn't that kind of situation.
It
was
is the
response
Pizzo
to
box
the-
where we answer
listen.
your actual
Is it-
letters to
yeah.
Time for the Show at
your
email
favorite time of the show.
at timefortheshow.com. It's truly one of my favorite parts of the show. And
Surely there'll be a mail opening noise. Surely there'll be a mail
this
opening.
this is such a great one. Dear show, if Gandhi had met Hitler and they spent 1 hour having a quote chat, what would both have asked one another? Would there have been some from Hitler's side for Gandhi's soft passive touch? Would Gandhi have made Hitler quote think about things he was doing? Would Hitler have asked questions to Gandhi about anything? If so, about what? And that's...
Gandhi.
Go ahead, Pete.
Gandhi would have said. Gandhi would have said, So you used trains?
he would have said, so tell me again, what exactly is a Jew?
Oh no, Gandhi. This is the thing. It's a funny joke because most people don't know Gandhi, for all his peace loving, hated Jews.
He
He was like a huge anti-Semite.
he also slept naked with his granddaughter to
Yeah.
quote test himself.
Test himself. Test
Yeah.
himself. Correct.
He was trying to test himself. Okay.
If I
okay.
don't do the, if I don't, do
That's the great thing
incest
about nocturnal
pedophilia-
emissions and wearing white all the time. No one will ever know.
Well, you're in India, so your shit's stained anyway.
Oh, that's rough peas.
Yeah,
Well,
where's
Yeah,
that womp
Those
womp?
people have to go down to that river, fortified by Union Carbide, and
See-
hand wash their
Wait a minute.
laundry every week.
It's not so much a river as it is like a mostly mud slurry. Like that river is a couple of handfuls of dirt away from being a road.
Peas, you ever been to India?
Peas is from
Many
India.
times.
Have you not heard? Listen to
Many
that dialogue.
times.
He works in IT.
There's some delicious food in Indianapolis, which is probably one of the best spots in
It's
India.
the home of Skyline Chili,
Yeah.
the world's best real chili.
Yes, my friend, it's wonderful chili. It
Yeah,
has
I'm
cinnamon.
ready to have that one. Don't anybody bring up Skyline Chili at X Day until the mics are set up, because that was anybody there for that one with Stang? I think I said it. I was standing next to Stang, and I said something like, "Well, we can all go pick up a big bucket of Skyline Chili and microwave that for dinner." And Stang stomped his foot on the ground. The fact that it didn't break into
like
a million
baby,
little legs
like
after
a
that.
baby.
His fists clenched, his eyes narrowed, and I mean, it looked like he had just eaten something, you know?
Through an old
And not
man
bad.
temper
Just if
tantrum.
he ever eats anything, you can see what it does to him. The guy's falling apart. But he exclaimed, very dramatically, egregiously, that is not chili. So, and then went on to explain, which
Flip the
I'm
fuck
not
out.
going to attempt to do, but
Flipped
that's
out.
just
So, Pete,
God. Please make sure that we catch that one on the tapes
feel
this
like
year.
we
Because
answered that
the
letter pretty
Skyline
good. Do we
Chili
have any
rant
more
was
letters?
my favorite part of X Day. After every X Day, I have the things you overheard during X Day thread, which I started with Reverend Heathen, which was, if they don't turn it down, I'm gonna come back with my bat. So that was 2014. That was the quote of the year. So the Skyline Chili got the last one. I haven't been to the next day since I killed Bob. And
Who
I think
brings
that's
a
a- I think-
bat? Who brings a pet bat to X Day?
the Chinese.
How's that gonna? No, Wu-Tang Clan.
Say a
Wu-Tang
face
Clan.
F-wording bat.
So what's our next letter?
Slow down, Peas. Just slide back into the saddle there. All right, dear show, if a dog is eating from its bowl and a child's leg accidentally gently swipes the bowl and the dog bites him, who is at fault?
The dog.
You're gonna have to go with the dog on that one.
Well, it depends. Is the baby
The
fixed?
owner's at fault.
Is
The
is the
owner's
baby
at fault.
fixed? Because sometimes male dogs have a problem with like other, unfixed males.
Yeah, that was the big thing on Let's Make a Deal, because Bob Barker would do the ASPCA thing, and he would say, have your pet spayed or neutered, but once they brought back
I miss you, Finn.
but Monty Hall used to say, go snip your kids.
I miss you.
And
Finn.
really, for the
That
sake of
would
the
be
future,
accurate.
please go snip your kids. For the love of God, please do that.
Well, do it for your dog.
Spray,
I mean,
spray or neuter.
Do it for
Cut-
the love
Spray
of
and neuter
dog.
your
For the
children.
love of dog, snip
Cut-
your kids.
cut your son's testicles off, so that it's not going to freak your dog out.
Yeah, you can
When
get
Bob
your kid
Barker
a
has a
get your kid
fun-
a set of nudicles.
You can go to Bob Barker's website, and he'll give you a coupon to get your child spayed or neutered.
Well, we already crossed that with Monty Hall, but we'll go for it. Good more P's. That's the Pizzo Box, my favorite part of the show.
They should actually remove every male's testicles at birth and replace them with
Peas.
with prosthetic balls, right? And then you have to apply to get your real testicles back when you turn 18.
Ooh.
And maybe we
To a woman. And
We-
it's a woman that processes it.
Well, no, I mean,
That's like a law. It's the
I'm not gonna
ball
go that far
judge.
because I can already see the woman that's gonna be in charge of that.
What
And
makes you think you deserve your balls back, Fid Chuli? Explain it to me. Well,
Huh?
Miss Marple.
I'm just saying, maybe we can cut down on some of the crime, some of the traffic. You know, like maybe I'll finally be able to get into that club that they keep telling me that I'm dressed too weird to get into, but I know it's not really that.
It says here you're a drummer. Do you really think a drummer needs his balls, Mr. Chuli?
I mean, that's a good argument.
that-
A
is that-
drummer needs his balls.
For tempo, right?
Yeah, man. You got
Well,
stamina.
actually,
You
they,
got to keep going.
They contribute to your equilibrium. You know, like when you get an ear infection and it makes you.
Oh,
dizzy.
yeah. It helps balance you
Yeah.
out.
So you would just spin around on the drum throne. Boom, boom, boom. If you only had it. Well, that'd be if you had one ball. See, I think if you had no balls, you'd still be okay. You'd be balanced. What you need is no balls or two balls. You cannot
No,
have.
no.
see,
You
couldn't
have
be
to
like
have
staying with
two.
one
The
ball.
weight difference.
Do you think there's any one-ball drummers?
Oh, Motley
Hitler
Crue,
played drums.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Gandhi.
Yeah. Gandhi was his bassist.
I was
He
just going to
the-
say he was on the bass player.
he was the closest to black that they
I
had.
know, yeah, because he's, yeah, okay.
That's an awful joke. Let's read our next viewer mail.
We've already ended this. We're on to my favorite part of the show, Peas.
What's that?
It's the completely original bit that somebody came up with and works every time. It's Is it a band? Well, we're going to ask you if you think that this theoretical band name is a real band or not. And we're going to take a song break. Today we're going to listen to Used to
Ivan
Do.
Stang's calling me.
Really?
Hold on. Ivan Stang is calling me.
All right, well, let's take
Ivan
okay.
Stang is calling me.
Cut across the board.
Ivan Stang. What are you calling me while I'm doing my radio
Hold
show
it up to the
for?
microphone.
You told me you needed information
I
from
did.
Dr. Howe.
I did need that information. And do you have said information?
Yeah. but
Start with
you
the
really
social
should
security
call
number.
him and arrange everything.
Okay. Can I call you back in a little bit?
Yeah. Call me back and I'll give you his phone number.
Tell him to
All
get on. Just tell him to get on Discord and come on the show. That's what he needs to do.
No, I don't want to tell him that. Then I'll have to explain how to do that.
He knows how to do it. He knows how to do
Peas,
it.
you're an
Stang's
IT.
on,
You can
Stang-
just
Stang's
tell
on
him
the boomer curve.
Don't-
you know.
Don't
that's,
buy
that's,
that
That's what he gets for
old
doesn't
man
like-
malarkey.
for accessing
Listen,
Usenet
that
for
could-
all of those years.
That could
He
cost me.
understands how
That
to do
could
those
cost me
things.
trouble trying to put him on the radio like that. He might have got mad at me.
Well, time for the show viewers that are viewing this show live will be the first to know that it is confirmed that Dr. Howe will be there because I just talked to Dr. Ferg and he and I agreed to cover the costs of Hal's travels and narcotic requirements. So, yeah, it's confirmed. You know before anybody else because it hasn't been posted anywhere yet.
It's
You always find things out here first.
that's,
yeah, that's
we don't
why.
think-
it's a
about it.
radio update. You're welcome. And so it's back to my favorite part of the show. It's Is It a Band? And this week's band name is, get ready to clear your browser history for this, Crusty Sluts. Crusty space SLUTS. We're going to find out whether or not it's a band when we come back from our song break by Anna Barnes. This is Used to Do, available at pexslack.com. You're watching Time for the Show, Krusty Sluts.
Mm-mm-mm.
Don't tell me that you miss me. Go on and get together. That's just fine. Don't wanna know about your business. So don't take the time. You can skip on the top, but you know how your top. I don't care at all about how you're doing or your self-improvement. How you can get it together when I'm gone. I just wanna touch on your skin, just feel close to you, close to you. I just wanna hold tight like I used to do, used to do. No need to apologize. I don't wanna try and work things out. Just be right here with me. Don't have to make the sound. Don't know what I'm doing. Not of excuses. Playing with fire, it's useless. I just wanna touch on your skin, just feel close to you, close to you. I just wanna hold tight like I used to do, used to do. I just wanna touch on your skin, feel close to you, below to you. I just wanna hold tight, tight, like I used to do, like I used to do. Like I used to do. Your skin tight on you, on tight.
I wake up and that like half drinking beer is still sitting there, and I take a hit off of it just.
I did that this morning. But here's the thing. Now, I've done the thing with the cigarette butt, but not on purpose because I didn't realize that it was in there. But
Yeah.
as I'm drinking the beer, I can feel the cigarette butt hit my lips, and I
Mhm.
don't immediately stop drinking the beer.
I know.
Because I'm like, I've already had a couple swallows of it, and I still need my swallows. So then I put it down. Now, I won't drink from it again, but I won't necessarily cut my first drink from it away short because I touched it, because it has a cigarette butt in it. Because by that time I'm already committed. The sin's already been done, right? It's not like you can undrink it.
That's right, and overreacting by spewing it all over the place and then
Right,
vomiting,
that's just
that's
stupid.
not going to do you any favors.
But
Like,
here's
that
something
takes
that is
cool.
gonna do you a favor, and that's signing up at patreon.com/hypercube. It's time for my favorite part of the show. It's time for the shout outs. Everybody's getting a shout out this week for the 3-year anniversary. That goes to Bob South, Triology Soaps, Dr. Cosmac, Reverend 80, Caller 23, Michael Marcus, Couchslaw, Scalpod, Trenchy, Boss CX Fenord, Long Dead, Brother Up, Hazel the Windmills, Agent Lloyd, Martha Artha, and Dr. Elson, Radio, Negative at Night, and Reverend Loch Ness. Thank you, everybody, for supporting Time for the Show for yet another year. You're listening to Time for the Show live on freethinkradio.com. Check, it's playing. All right. Before we left for our song break featuring Anna Barnes, who will be at X Day, she'll be doing one of the lo-fi sets near the end of the evening, probably the beginning of one evening and then the end of the other evening, along with Danny Feedback and Trotsky's Water Cooler and TTN, and possibly even appearance by Dr. Fox and the Right Angles? Maybe?
Maybe, huh?
Maybe?
Yeah, well, why is it a maybe? Why isn't it a
featuring
solid
Peas?
yes?
Featuring Peas.
Well, yeah, because I got to go cook the hamburger, so Peas has to sing all my songs.
Oh.
But we
No, I
know
don't
he
sing.
knows.
He knows
let
the
me ask you
words.
right now,
He knows the
Peas,
words.
before we get
I
to
wanna
the
be
band
like
name.
Nico
What
in
is
Velvet
your
Underground.
favorite Dr. Fox and the Right Angle song? Go ahead. Let it go.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, hit us.
Well, I haven't listened to your album that I have here in
Whoa.
my Shrine of Excellence for about a week. And many times I'm under the influence of severe narcotics and narcolepsy when I listen to the Right Angles. As you're supposed to, it says so right on the cover.
Are you saying
So
that
I
they're
don't really
boring
know the
you to
songs
sleep?
per se. And my personal CD actually just has tracks. It says track 1, track 2. So I'm gonna say my favorite one is track 5.
Yeah? How does that one go? Kind of like a
It's like it's got
or
like
is it
a
more
beat,
of a
and then there's a melody, and then you sing a little, and then there's like drums throughout the whole thing, and there's this one part that's different than the rest of the song, but it kind of ties the front of the song to the end of the song. It almost bridges it. It's like that. It's like that.
Is that the
mostly.
This-
one like with the guitars?
Yeah.
This is just
yeah,
painful.
you've heard it. You know what I'm talking about. It's
There's
got guitars.
electric guitars and an electric bass.
Right.
Yeah.
There's and then there's like drumming that goes with what the guitars are doing. Yeah, it's
That
pretty
sounds
tight.
that sounds like an interesting approach. To
It
rock
does,
music.
and it's unique in how they really come at it with, because after they get all that coalescing and stuff with the electric guitars and the drumming and all that stuff,
they.
a dude sings. He sings this song kinda in the same, I don't know, like the guitars are playing notes and his voice is kind of layered into that in some kind of melodic way. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's pretty cool.
Well, some people.
When you say singing, it's like it's notes and words at the same
Together,
time.
yeah.
Some
I know
people,
it doesn't
some
make any
people have
sense,
come
but-
forward and
It does,
said that
it's
it was
like-
Dr. Fox and the Right Angles that actually introduced music to the world. That
Along with the
everything
color
recorded, everything recorded up to that point was just practice. We're just
Right.
figuring it out. It was all music theory. This is music fact, and that's Dr. Fox and the Right Angles. Fid and I were actually approached by the Conservative Women's Coalition, and we're going to be writing a song for the pro-choice rally, and we've actually we were able to make symbols out of stem cells just to let everybody know just how ineffective they are. So we'll definitely be working on that one over the next couple of weeks.
I got a dilemma, Fox.
Well, we got more than a dilemma. We got a band name. Before we left, the band name was Crusty Sluts. So it's my favorite part of the show. Let's go around and see what we got. Peas, Crusty Sluts. Is it a band?
Yes, I was actually in that band. real hard deep into it.
What
for a
was the
long
influence
time.
for it? Who? Why? What? Who?
I mean,
who was the
in
inspir?
that
Who was the
band.
crustiest slut?
I was in that band, and it was crusty.
What'd you play?
Huh? You know, all everything she wanted me to.
Fitchuli, crusty sluts.
Yeah, with a C, right?
This time, yes. We couldn't do the other one. I
count?
think. I
Does it
think.
count?
I think the SpongeBob
Super
lawyers got
technical.
onto us.
Well, because if it was with a K, it could be an all-female pop punk band that is named after The Simpsons. And by the way, if you don't know, there are a lot of cover bands with Simpsons references in their name. So that makes this a strong contender. If it's with a K, if it's with a C, it's a little bit weaker. But
Well,
there's
there was an all-female band using the K, but we can't say that word because they were the crusty. Sorry about that. And yeah, so that was taken. That was taken. Esther 6 already did the research on it. I am so sorry. When we came up with the band name, this band name we actually came up with a few days ago. It was something else, and we moved it to Krusty Sluts. And then I said, and you're going to have to look it up. Yeah. And so she made sure to open an incognito window and make sure not to go anywhere near Google Images today. So Flux Rutenberg, what do you think? Krusty Sluts? Is
Now,
it a
you're
band?
a musician.
Well,
Careful with the M word, Peas.
so, like, I just have a few questions. So, if they're crusty sluts, are we talking like the punk sort of crusty, or are we talking crusty like physically crusty?
Well, like crusty like a punk, or like crust
I think
punk?
you have to disallow
Like
that
crust
question.
punk.
Yeah,
Like,
This seems
question
dated.
reveals
Crusty
too much.
sluts. I mean, I've already run it through my litmus test,
Yeah.
and I can see it on a T-shirt easily. It looks
yeah,
great in
yeah,
almost
yeah.
any font,
black and
even
white.
Comic Sans. It's good. So crusty sluts.
But I, you know, just because I like the image search, I'm gonna go with band.
I'm gonna go with it too. I think it's a band. Aster 6. What do we got this week?
The band Krusty
Just a second.
Sluts.
I didn't even answer.
Did
Who
you?
Didn't you? I thought you said it was.
Yeah.
Are we already back to the old ways? We've gotten halfway
Yeah.
through one episode with Fit Julie back, and we're going to spend the rest of the fucking episode talking about is it a band?
Well, is it a band may seem on the surface like a simple yes or no question, but it actually
It's a philosophical journey.
it demands introspection and really questioning your entire foundation of self from the beginning and building it back up to where it is in the current moment. And I do not feel that I was afforded enough time to do so, and I would like to file a writ of habeas Dorcas against Hypercube.
Okay.
Galpod, a ruling.
There goes. All right, there's your timer. Fit Julie. This week, the band name is Krusty
Wait a minute.
Sluts.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Flux Rutenberg, you got that queued up? You got the fucking
No, he
TikTok
didn't. I
going
did.
Yeah,
from-
there's
That's
two.
fine.
There's two boards in case if I mess up, he compensates for.
So we used to have a clock, and we're out of time. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Fid. Maybe next week. Thank you, Peas, for your interjection.
Yeah.
Listen, I got a dilemma.
You have a dilemma? We don't know if it's a band name yet, Peas! We haven't even gotten through
is it?
Fid's
I got-
vote. Fid, what do you think about Brunch Sluts? Not Brunch Sluts. Brunch
No.
Sluts is a band.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
played
We
with
did that
them.
one.
Crunchy sluts. Crusty sluts.
Krusty
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 Sluts.
Sluts.
Brunch Sluts were great.
They were a really good band.
Yes,
really good.
I'm going to say that they are a band, but with the qualification
Under protest.
that they're only a real band in the fictional universe of SpongeBob SquarePants.
With C's or K's.
They play the Krusty Krab often.
Krusty Krab.
and,
Exactly.
The
that-
Krusty
that's
Krab,
my,
my friend. The Krusty Krab is a
Alright,
wonderful
yeah.
restaurant.
having fun piece. You having fun with yourself?
Haven't you
there
missed
with your
this,
microphone?
Fid?
Wait, is this did
God
did we move
almighty.
to the segment of is peas racist?
156 times. God damn. All right. So what
my
we got?
answer is my final answer is I don't give a shit if it's a band or not. That's what
Okay,
I'm
so
going
you
with.
Welcome back to the
forfeit.
show.
Anyway. So yeah, the final
More like
resolution
He
is
forfid.
the final resolution is that Krusty Sluts is not a band.
What?
Bummer.
It is an
Really?
Instagram account,
Oh.
but it is not a band.
Oh.
I said it was a band.
Most of you said it was a
I think we
band.
said it was a band.
Most
so
everybody,
I guess this
yeah.
week Fid's the winner on default. So
Yeah, and if you want to name your band the Krusty Sluts, you can go to supersphere.com/DNS and register that name for yourself.
you got any other band names on hold, Fid? What else you selling over at Supersphere? 'Cause you must have a whole bank of these things by now. I mean, if it's that fucking
Dude,
super.
Bank.
Yeah, I do have a bunch of them. Would have been nice if you asked me during the song break or before the show, because now I got to look in my archives. How about Peter and the Venkmans?
Peter and the Bankman.
Throw it in the bucket for next week.
There can only be one.
It's a Ghostbusters. It's a Ghostbusters reference. I mean, it's probably a band. That's a popular movie.
I mean,
You know.
all right.
Is it? It brings us to my favorite part of the show. Oh, it's slow.
Oh man.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's happening again. It's all coming
Alright.
down to a head. Hypercore's melting down once again. It's Proving Grounds, where we're going to go through this week's headlines. Aster 6 is going to read them off for us, and the crew is going to try and come up with the funniest thing off the top of their heads. We'll see what happens. Fid, you haven't been here for Proving Grounds, right? This is new for you?
Yeah, but from what I understand, what you say doesn't have to be funny. It just has to be funnier than what everybody else says.
Just like the show.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure, that
Alright, then I'm
works.
All right. What's this week's headlines?
All right, so this week we've got Boston Dynamic reveals new robot to work in warehouse.
Amazon moves all doorknobs 3 feet lower. Thank you. It's all up to you now, Flux.
Oh, this is where the rim shots get real annoying.
This is where
Good. Yay.
Boston Dynamics builds a new robot for Amazon warehouses.
No, just warehouses in
Or
general.
warehouses in general. Anybody else?
Any robot jokes?
Yeah. That's not an Amazon robot. It's my husband.
And he's puncturing a can of bear mace.
No, honey, not again.
Pilot program fails when employees use robots as sex tools.
Devices, sex devices, P's.
Yeah, get the
Sex
nomenclature
tools.
right.
Tools.
Devices,
Sex tools, because you got to make it work, right?
Is that a band?
Sex tools. Throw that on the list for next week too.
All right. We'll try to write that down.
I wish I could write it down, but unfortunately, due to National Pencil Day, I have nothing to write.
Wait.
Oh, and you have cards.
A
with.
pencil.
And you have cards over here too. with
All
which to
right.
write
Number
on.
3
There you go.
pencils.
Woo,
Straight
number
from-
3.
Here.
Alrighty, yeah. So
Sex
what was it again? Sex tools.
Sex tool.
Why do I?
Yeah,
feel
let's
like...
do. What's the next headline? Let's get to that part.
Alrighty. Wolves in a zoo dig escape tunnel, end up in polar bear exhibit.
Livestock exhibit featured many laughing sheep. I'm on it tonight.
That's not a wolf. It's my husband.
Oh God. We're doing this tonight.
Peas, Anything?
I wasn't listening.
All right, next one.
Oh, the big news of the week. Yeah. The boat is free. They have unclogged the Suez.
That's the
Canal.
headline title.
Yeah.
That is.
I destroyed Egypt with my last bowel movement.
Yeah, it took
See how I kept it
two
clean?
tugboats full of X-Lax to get it moving down the canal the rest of the way. They're gonna be fun. They're gonna putting in a new pipeline that's just gonna pump Pepto-Bismol. Sideways boat.
Egyptian's
would
Eye
make a,
Pyramid as next project.
I would make a Jamie Lee Curtis joke, but those commercials haven't been on the air in at least 10 years, so I'm just gonna go with, "That's not a canal, it's my husband!"
Jesus. All right.
You've been
A
somebody's been
suitcase.
listening to a lot of Jay Giles.
A suitcase of baby turtles found by airport security in the Galapagos.
Man in
Those are-
large
those
metal
are
hat
Galapagos.
leaving quickly.
The turtles
Air-
were estimated to have a street value of $20 million of Bolivian shell.
Government wants to remind you that's a Galapagos.
Yeah, I remember when they used to play that on arcade games.
Galapagos for it. That was one of my favorites. So you just navigate the turtle across the street, and every time you get halfway there, Charles Darwin comes over and he starts fucking with everything.
Yeah,
It makes the
it was
turtle
like
becomes
Oregon
a
Trail,
frog.
except for you were smuggling drugs.
Yeah.
It
you
was
have
Grand
salmonella.
Grand Theft Oregon Trail.
Coming.
You're a prostitute.
We have that, don't we?
has
We have Red Dead Redemption. We do
salmonella.
have Grand Theft Oregon Trail. That works in.
That was good. U.S. Army base found poisoning water in Japan.
Anime starts making sense. And that's
Germany-
Proving Grounds, my favorite part of the show.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, I had to take it on that one. What you got, Pete?
I had Germany wonders what's the matter with our water.
Okay.
Because the Japanese were complacent with the Nazis, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Remember that the next time you rev up your Toyota Prius. People's car. Sex
Rev it up.
tools.
Has it gotten
Sex
annoying yet?
tools.
It will on the
Hey,
next
can
one.
I take a pee?
I think
gotta
it's that
pee.
time. Let's go to my favorite part of the show, and that is
When I piss. Because I can do it all by myself.
now. Place your bets at home whether or not Fid Chuli will ruin his headset microphone this week. If you're watching, you can see that Fid is actually wearing a larger set of headphones, meaning that he will have to actually put his head into the toilet as he urinates.
That's well, no, I can just take my headphones off and then like dangle them into the bowl, as if I was,
Precariously.
yeah, as if I was trying to get answers out of my
Now, Fid
headphones.
Chuli
Like,
was
I'll
like the original
drop you.
Foley artist on the show.
fucking
Then
drop you into this piss headphones. You better tell me where are the missiles? Where are the missiles? All right. Well, actually, the trick is since I'm using my phone, I have to use one hand to get the camera angle and the other hand to dangle the headphones. And I'm definitely going to piss all over one of these items. All right, here we go.
drum roll, please.
Oh, no, it's getting on the cord. Oh, it's getting on the cord.
You have chosen wisely. A piss cord can be damply taken care
Welcome
of.
to
with
Pisscord, everybody. Yeah, we're being bought by Microsoft. Isn't it great that like as soon as Microsoft is buying Discord that we get the show working again and then it goes right back to dragging my CPU down. Might
Yep.
as well go back to Skype. We're on Skype next week, everybody. We'll catch you on the one solo feed on that one. Thank you, Fid Chuli, for this week's urinary update. It's time for my favorite part of the show. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's P's apologies.
Oh, it's that time?
It's that time.
All
It really is. It's that time.
All right. Go ahead,
you
do
know,
your thing.
I had a dilemma. I got this dilemma, and I guess I'll have to apologize that we didn't get to talk about the dilemma. But Ivan Stang said, "Oh, here's Hal's phone number. Call him up." Well, I've never called Hal before. I don't know how to call someone up for the first time. I'm shy. People don't get that. And I got this pressure. And then he says, "Call him tonight. He's a night owl." Well, that means Hal now is sitting there waiting for me to call him. I'm not sure that I'm going to get the balls up to call him tonight. And I know that if I try to call him in the morning, Stang's already told me he won't be up in the morning because he's only up at nighttime. So then I'll have to go through this whole thing tomorrow about will I call him tomorrow night, and then Hal might be mad because he wanted me to call him tonight, and I'm gonna probably wait till tomorrow night.
Dude, whatever.
about that.
Is this really a dilemma, or are you just trying to brag to everybody that you have Dr. Hal's phone number?
Oh, dude, I've got the dilemma. You don't know my anxieties.
To call
Because
someone
this
on the
is a
phone.
big-
That's that's like a
Dr.
millennial level anxiety, Peas. Come on.
Shut up!
They invented telephones when you were a child. This is a lifelong dilemma for you. That's what it is.
Do you not get what I'm talking about though? Because it's not like I'm friends with Hal like I am with Stang. Like me and Stang are tight, bro.